fear Allah to the extent that you have capacity to do so. What we are doing is advising and also preparing the way to establish communities. I have here in this audience students of mine who are working on it even as I speak, right here in Malaysia, to build communities in the countryside, Muslim villages, which will use dinar and dirham as money for buying and selling. And in those communities you will not use the paper money. At least this is an effort to respond. If you have a better way, tell us, show it to us. We are not convinced that you can do this in downtown KLCC. We are on the contrary convinced that you can do it in the countryside. And once you make that effort, then Allah can help you. Okay? So, even when you build such a community in the countryside, and 90% of all your transactions are halal, you will still have to market your produce. People who are coming from outside to buy, or you buying things from outside, there will still be interaction with the outside world. And that interaction will be involving electronic money. Tomorrow paper will be gone. Okay? So let us agree on this position, that we are obliged to make the best effort. Any more questions? The question is about the euro and the fact that the euro is in trouble. Before the euro was created, put together, you had individual currencies in Europe. Okay? And you still have them, but they're now linked together. If the euro collapses, then you return to what you had before. The German mark by itself, the Italian lira by itself, the sterling pound by itself, the French franc existing by themselves, separate from each other. You just go back to where you were before. But in the same way that the world is witnessing a controlled demolition of the US dollar, so too it's not far-fetched for us to recognize that the same thing is happening to the euro. That this is international banking at work, okay, reorganizing the world in such a way that electronic money will replace paper money, and the banking system will take control of the money system in the world. Governments will no longer have control over money. Banking system will have control over money. The euro cannot stand in the way, and therefore there is this demolition. The US dollar cannot stand in the way, and therefore there is this demolition. One thing concerning gold that I forgot to mention. Do you know there's a hadith about Akhiru Zaman, or the last age? It is there in my book entitled One Jamaat, One Amir, which is out of print at the moment. But that book is on my website, you could read it. The hadith is there that in the last age, in Akhiru Zaman, the earth will vomit from its liver columns of gold and silver. So they may have control over the gold stocks of the world today, but Allah can cause more gold to emerge. Any more questions? No more questions? As soon as we have the last question, then we can have some Teh Tarik, okay? Yeah, go ahead. What advice do I have for teenagers? He said that Dajjal will be a young man. A young man. And I said, based on that hadith, that tomorrow the young people are going to rule the world. Today, when I buy some, I don't know whether you've ever heard the word It's a word that is very strange in my vocabulary. I never heard it before 10 years ago. Something called top up. Top up. Yeah. Top up. Yeah. So when I buy this strange thing called top up, I have to ask the fellow to put in the money for me, because I don't know how to do it, and I'm really not interested in learning how to do it. If you make the mistake of sending me a text message, you wait a couple of years to get a reply. Because I don't know how to send text messages, and I don't want to learn to make them. I do not want to learn. I have enough misery in my life answering 100 emails every day. Why should I make my life more miserable? With text messages. The young people are the ones who are going to be technologically literate. And all the people will behave the way I'm behaving. So young people are going to rule the world and run the world tomorrow, as the world becomes more technologically interlinked. So young people have a strategic role to play in the world which is now coming into being. Because at that stage of youth it is easier for them to learn these things of technology. But Surah Al-Kahf of the Quran has delivered to us a very important guideline. And that is that the ones who will show the greatest understanding of Dajjal, the quickest understanding of Dajjal, and the ones who will display the best backbone. You know, they had backbones made out of iron and steel, and you know there are also backbones made out of recycled paper. You know that? So the ones who are going to demonstrate the greatest backbone for resisting the oppressor are the young ones. This is in Surah Al-Kahf of the Quran, the story of the young men in the cave. And this has been my experience, that the ones who show the greatest resistance to my message that I deliver are the elders, and the ones who are flocking to me and longing to learn from me and insisting they're going to come to Malaysia, they're going to come to KL, whether I like it or not, they're coming to study with me, are the young ones. Some of them 15 years of age, 16, 17 years of age. And they're going to be listening to this lecture. And they show sharpness of understanding, and their parents are opposing them. And so, I believe being young, and if your heart is not corrupted with pornography, which is around the corner, being young, and if you do not corrupt yourselves in sexual promiscuity and destroy your inner light, being young and your heart being guided in the right path, then tomorrow for you there is a glorious day ahead, because you're the ones who are going to take the flag. You're the ones who are going to carry the flag of Islam tomorrow. And that's what the story of young men in the cave. Do please read my book, Surah Al-Kahf and the Modern Age. Last question. I can't remember when last I used the word Taliban. No. I refer to the authentic Islamic resistance. The authentic Islamic resistance, resisting oppression in Afghanistan, resisting oppression and occupation in Iraq. What do I think of them? They are the ones who tomorrow are going to lead the army. They are the ones who are going to open the way for the army which is going to march straight to Jerusalem. This is the only armed resistance in the world of Islam with a guarantee of success by the hadith. Guarantee of success. And we must support that armed resistance in Afghanistan and in Iraq in whatever way we can, with our tongue, with our pockets, in whatever way we can. All right, that's enough for tonight. Wednesday night at the Tanaga International University. Tanaga National? No. Tanaga National. At the Tanaga National University in Bangui. In Bangui, at the same time, 8 o'clock. And the topic is Islam, the United Nations and the New World Order. And then on Saturday, the last one, at UIE in Gombak, on the coming financial crash. It's a seminar with Dr. Mira and myself taking the whole of the Saturday morning. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام تبارك ربنا وتعاليت يا ذا الجلال والإكرام اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه اللهم أرنا الأشياء كما هي اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا يا كريم اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من عذاب القبر ومن عذاب النار ونعوذ بك من فتنة المحيا والممات ومن فتنة المسيح الدجال وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وعلى أصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين آمين.
إلهي لست للفردوس أعلى ولا أقوى على نار الجحيم الله فهب لي التوبة واغفر ذنوبي فإنك غافر الذنب العظيم إلهي لست للفردوس أعلى ولا أقوى على نار الجحيم الله فهب لي توبة واغفر ذنوبي فإنك غافر الذنب العظيم Tuhanku aku tidak layak untuk syurgamu tetapi aku tidak pula sanggup menanggung siksa nerakamu dari itu kurniakanlah ampunan kepadaku ampunkanlah dosaku sesungguhnya engkaulah pengampun dosa-dosa besar Tuhanku aku tidak layak untuk syurgamu tetapi aku tidak pula sanggup menanggung siksa nerakamu dari itu kurniakanlah ampunan kepadaku ampunkanlah dosaku sesungguhnya engkaulah pengampun dosa-dosa besar